Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a customization video of a pair of Jordan 6 denims that I was able to purchase from Foot Locker for super cheap, just because I am able to wear youth sizes, and I thought what a perfect way to do customization for my first time on a pair that won't break the bank. So I actually got this inspiration from a guy named, I think, Hez Kicks. I don't really know how to pronounce his name. I don't watch him too often. I just came across this video where he tie-dyed a pair of Jordan 6 denims, and I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I love tie-dyeing in general. I do it as a hobby on the side, so I thought, why not give it a try. So I'm going to show you how I turned these into the creation that I will show you in just a few moments. So let's get started with the process and what I did from the beginning, and I'll see you in midway throughout the video. Alright, so these are what these shoes look like before I did any type of customization. I actually kind of like the way that it looks, but I wanted to customize them myself just to see. It's my first time doing it. So the first step you want to do is actually remove the shoelaces, which is done there. And then the second part that you want to do, I didn't know at the time if it would help, but I did tape down the rubber on the bottom of the shoe there, and then also I will do where that brown patch is as well. I wasn't sure if the white part was gonna die, but I just did it anyway. I did the bottom of the shoe as well. And I would say take your time with this part, because you'll see later on that it was actually pretty helpful. And I just used regular masking tape. I was trying to get painter's tape, but I didn't have any at the time, so I just used masking tape. I'm sure painter's tape would help a lot more better. The next step that I did was I just got some bleach and I bleached the whole denim part of the shoe. Use the paintbrush there. As you can see, it's already lightening up as I did this video. So after you do the bleach portion, I actually used this soda ash from Tulip, filled it up with a bucket of water, put it in, and let my shoe dry after the bleach, and then I simply put it in the bucket for about 20 minutes. After that, you want to get your dye, and this is what it looks like after 20 minutes in the soda ash. It's still wet, so keep that in mind. And actually the masking tape stayed on pretty well considering it went in a bucket of water. So let's get started. The first thing that I wanted to do was to actually fill the shoe up with some of this packing paper, just because I know in other videos that I've seen online they soak through the shoe. I also made this really ghetto lining, I guess you can call it, with cardboard, just to make sure that the ice doesn't fall. So just put that around the shoe, just measured it prior. We'll make sure the ice doesn't fall down, and then I started putting ice on like that. Realized that I should probably cover that hole there, so I put some more packing paper. And then I just started randomly putting the dye on. I'm using Tulip and Rit dye, powder dye. So I'm just putting it on like that. And this is kind of the effect that I wanted. And I kind of let it dry, multiple times. And this is kind of what it looked like. Very saturated, very dark. But I knew that when I rinse it through, it will look a lot better. So I essentially took everything out. this is what the other side looked like. So you can see that it still bled through to the other side, but I wasn't super worried about it. I just flipped them over, and I'm basically going to do the same process on this side. It's super dark, super saturated on the side that I put the ice. So now I'm just gonna redo the whole process again on the other sides of this shoe. Alright, so you've seen the process so far and what they look like, and I'm about to reveal to you what the end result was, and then I'll show you what I did after I did the dyeing, bleaching portion and cleaning as well. So drum roll please. These are what they look like at the end of the whole process. So what do you guys think? I was going for this type of galaxy look. I don't know if I achieved it, but I'm actually quite happy with the results. They look so different from when I first started it, but I think they're pretty cool. So I'll show you what I did throughout the rest of the process, and then I'll see you at near the end of the video to just give you some tips if you plan to do this for yourself. These are kind of what they look like. You can see that it kind of bled through the dye. The bottom stayed really clean. I was really happy with the result. This is kind of what I was looking to do, so I was really happy about it. I then decided that I kind of wanted to make a galaxy effect, so wanted to put a little bit of bleach onto the shoe. So that's the next step that I'm going to be doing. I kind of just went random with the bleach here. I used the paintbrush, and I'm essentially going to use a card to have that splatter effect and see what it will look like. So that's what it looked like. I actually ended up dyeing a little bit more. I didn't really like this side. I thought it was a little bit too much. So I ended up dyeing it again just with a little bit of ice on the spots that I didn't like. And then I redid the whole process again. And then I used a Jason mark to clean the shoe up a bit. And a brush. Some tips that I think I will do for the next time if I end up doing this again is I will pay a lot more closer attention to taping this area here. I don't know if you can see, but there is some dye that comes inside where the air unit is, and then also where this white is, there's remnants of dye as well. Oddly enough, there's really no dye on the bottom of the shoe, but I guess because this is actually white, it actually stained a bit. And also the back as well here, it stained a little bit, but no big deal. I would also say tape this brown patch here as well. It stained a little bit as well, but you can't really tell just because the laces had those. And then my other tip is when you are bleaching, only put a little bit of bleach. When you are doing the bleach, it doesn't look like there's a lot going on, but you can see here it really did a lot of bleaching, which wasn't the effect that I was looking for. I kind of wanted something more like this. And if you look at this shoe here, you can see the front toe box there. There was a lot of bleach that kind of fell through. But the good thing about this project is you can actually always start from scratch. You can always bleach these up fully and then redo the whole dyeing process. Although that takes quite a bit of time and effort, there's no, you can always start again from scratch if you don't like it. So in the previous clips, you'll notice that I did dye these again in the areas that I didn't really like the bleach. So that's what I did. I cleaned them up with some Jason Mark and then threw them also in the wash as well and let them air dry. The only other tip that I would do, let you know, is that when you first have the shoes in the denim colorway, you will have to bleach these many times. I think I bleached it about 3 or 4 times to get that washed out really light denim color. That way your colors will soak through a little bit more. So let me know in the comments what you think about my first customization, I guess you could say. It was really fun but long, tedious process, but I really enjoyed doing them, and I love the way that they look. It's kind of one of a kind for me. So let me know what you think about my customization, and I will show you some b-roll of me wearing them outside just to see what it looks like in the sun. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know if you've done any customizations that turned out pretty good or not so good, and I would love to see the results. Tag me on Instagram at _writtenbyjess.com, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out today's video. Please consider subscribing to see more content just like this. There is always more to see on my blog at www.writtenbyjess.com. Thank you for all your support, and we'll catch you in the next one.